It's a horrific crash. A speeding Porsche jumps the curb, slamming into a young man on a first date, then hitting a light pole. The driver of the Porsche is Kristina Chambers, and she's making an astonishing claim.
And you guys are not going to believe why this crash happened. You're literally not going to believe why and how it happened. And if you came here after seeing the thumbnail of this video, you probably, using context clues, can guess what she decided to blame her accident on. Although she was certifiably drunk, she wanted to blame her accident on her heels, even though she was certifiably drunk, which ended up in killing a man who was literally on his first date with a woman by the name of Brianna Iturino, and his name was Joe McCullen. He was 33, still relatively young. You could see an image of him right here. But again, this woman wants to blame the accident, not on her being drunk. And mind you, this is the woman right here. You guys already know I like to put people on full blast. I like to have their face out there. But that woman literally blamed the situation on her Louboutin heels. And apparently after doing a Google search, Louboutin is like some kind of fashion company that makes heels for women. So yeah, you can see where this is going.
Speeding Porsche jumps the curb, slamming into a young man on a first date, then hitting a light pole. The driver of the Porsche is Kristina Chambers, and she's making an astonishing claim.
Good God. Chris, run this back for the viewers. I mean, just imagine walking on a sidewalk with your first date, as you can see here. You're walking, you have your date with you, you're coming back from a restaurant or heading to somewhere, you're hoping to get to first base, then second and third, right? You're trying to end the night on a happy note. And then all of a sudden, bam, your life is done. It's over. Gone in the blink of an eye. I hope you people realize that people who die in these accidents often don't even realize or register. Their brain doesn't even have enough time to process what just happened to them. They're just gone. They're dead. Which in situations like this, I suppose might kind of be a blessing in disguise, because who wants to be ripped in half and still conscious? And this is why drunk drivers have the worst penalties in America, unless you're like super rich and elite and you have like parents who are politicians, right? Because they get away with everything all the time. But for us regular people, mind you, I am still regular, trust me. Just because I'm a YouTuber does not mean I would get away with anything that these people are getting away with out here. Trust me, I don't have that much power.
She says her high heels got stuck on the pedals, and that's why she couldn't control the car.
She says her high heels got stuck on the pedal, and that's why she could not control the car. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that are on the roads with us every single day. For people who drive, for people who walk, these are the people who are risking your lives every single day because I just gotta say, do you know how drunk you have to be to not only be going that fast, but to also not be able to control your vehicle to the point to where you're going, what did they say? 100 miles per hour, according to the New York Post. She was going while at nearly 4 times the legal alcohol limit. And she wants to blame it on her stilettos from what store? Christian Louboutin. Or what is it? Louboutin. Like, bro, you already know. How much does this cost, man? How much do these items even cost? Let me see one of these stilettos. Bro, $1,000. $1,300. I am seeing shoes or stilettos, high heels for $1,000, my guy. You already know she's a rich, privileged, pompous, high-fashioned narcissist. When you're seeing this price tag, along with the car she was driving, which is a Porsche, which can run from $150,000 to $200,000, along with the fact that she was drunk driving in the first place, and fourthly, along with her blaming her high heels instead of blaming herself. I mean, good God, just look at the react. Just look at her, bro, in this mugshot. And you can see the vehicle here. It's a really nice car. Where did she get the money to buy this? I don't know. Maybe she's a doctor, a lawyer. Maybe she earned her money the right way and got it through hard work and labor. Oh, wait.
This wealthy Texas housewife hit and killed a man with a speeding Porsche as she had a blood alcohol level nearly 4 times the legal limit.
Of course she was a housewife. Yeah, basically married to a sugar daddy. And get this, it gets even worse because as according to Yahoo News, she was literally pregnant. They say a pregnant Kristina Chambers sentenced to 11 years for Montrose crash that killed a man on the first day. So not only did she kill a man on a date with his potential future girlfriend, and maybe she could have been his wife, who knows? She stripped all the possibilities of his future from him. But not only on top of that, she literally killed her own child. I mean, like, this is a triple homicide. She killed one man, she killed her child, and I mean, she almost killed herself. Like, what? Honestly, because I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm looking into the story a little bit more. The more I learn about this shit, the more it pisses me off, because what? Are we really entertaining the fact that she killed a man over heels and not because she was drunk?
Kristina Chambers was wearing a pair of pricey Christian Louboutin shoes like these. They're about $1,000 and have a distinctive red sole and a very high heel. Just imagine trying to drive in these.
I mean, does it matter when you're literally drunk? I'm pretty sure women drive in high heels all the time and they're not out here careening themselves into innocent couples just walking home from dinner. Like, what does this even matter?
Social media is full of tutorials how to drive in heels. The bottom line is, it's not easy, and it's also not recommended.
And it also doesn't cause you to murder innocent people because you're drunk driving in a $100,000 vehicle. But I don't know. What do I know?
Inside Edition producer Lauren Lavelle gave it a try, and it sure is a challenge.
My heel keeps getting caught in the carpeting every time I maneuver it from the pedal to the brake.
Mark Thiessen is Kristina Chambers' attorney.
Does your client maintain that it was her shoe that actually really caused this accident?
100%. Yep. She told me when she got out of that hospital, she was telling me about the shoe, and we have gone and preserved that shoe since day one. We sent private investigators to go get not the shoe, but the pedals and get replicas to show how that was absolutely possible.
All right. So I'm just going to say this because I tend to like see all sides of all arguments. Okay. One, she was drunk. I get it. You shouldn't even be on the road, but let's entertain the fact that literally had she had been wearing sneakers, regular sneakers, she wouldn't have lost control. Okay. Gotcha. And the heels were the contributing factor that led her to losing control of the vehicle and not being able to stop because she was 4 times over the legal limit in her drunkenness. Understood. Gotcha. I got it. I just need to know how the hell is her lawyer using that as a defense when she's already committed a felony? It doesn't matter why you ran into somebody while being drunk. All right. Whether it was the type of shoe you were wearing, whether you looked down at your phone to talk or text to someone, whether you got distracted by the pretty little lights in the sky and the moon and the quasars and the fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. When you're drunk, at that point, any other excuse or justification goes out the window. You committed a felony, one of the worst felonies, drinking and driving, and then killing someone. Anything else does not matter. I don't care. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't care about anything else. And here we have a video from Law and Crime on YouTube going into a little more about the housewife, her husband, and the victims. It's really sad, actually.
Before I get to the verdict and the sentence for Kristina Chambers, let me break down how we got to this point in this story. Chambers was unemployed.
Unemployed? Huh, shocking.
Married to a hedge fund manager. She didn't work, but you could say she didn't have to work. And it seemed that she lived a high life, and apparently a reckless life, up until April 19th, 2023. On that night in Houston, Chambers went out with friends in her new $100,000 sports car. Her husband had bought it for her. Now the group had some dinner, they had some drinks. Prosecutors said that Chambers, the driver, had at least 6 drinks before she got behind the wheel of that sports car. Chambers and her friends decided it was time to head home around 2:35 in the morning. So they packed into that Porsche, and apparently on the way home, Chambers decided she wanted to show her friends what this car could do on the open road.
Okay, so, whoa, I'm learning more about this case as you guys are learning as well. I didn't realize she was with friends. And what I'm gathering now is that, and by the way, $100,000 vehicle for what is essentially your sugar baby. I mean, good God, like the husband. I'm not going to get into the dynamics of that relationship, but she was probably cheating on this guy, given the vibes that I'm getting. I'm not, saying anything definitive, but, given the characteristics, hey, I've seen it happen way too many times with relationships like this based off of money. That said, though, seems to me she just wanted to show off the car her husband / sugar daddy got for her. She wanted to speed. She wanted to drive drunk. She was wearing heels, stilettos, $1,000 heels, and lost control. And like a narcissist would, she's blaming everybody else, everything else, but herself. She can't take accountability. And by the way, the fact that you were outside 2 a.m. in the morning with a whole bunch of friends, drunk, 6 drinks in, 4 times over the legal limit, while you were 4 months pregnant, I mean, that is just disgusting, depraved, heinous, diabolical, evil behavior. Like, genuinely, that is crazy.
At that same time, 33-year-old Nicholas McMullen was taking a chance on a first date. He was also calling it an evening, and he and his date decided they wanted a snack before they head home. So they went to a donut shop. With donuts and coffee in hand, McMullen and his date were walking back to their cars when it happened. This is video that was shown in court per KHOU. It does not show the moment of impact, but it does show a Porsche allegedly going more than 70 miles per hour, plowing into McMullen and it sent him flying 30 feet into the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, this frame right here, for those of you who are watching and not only listening, this frame right here is so crazy to me. And I know a lot of people in hindsight would be like, why didn't he just jump out the way? Why didn't he start running? But you guys got to understand that a car going that fast around a curve like that, most people wouldn't make it unless you have like the reaction speed of a football player, an elite Olympic athlete, someone who's like, you know, training for sports or athletic endeavors all the time. Most people are just not going to like react fast enough to get out the way. And unfortunately for him, it was too late. Also, the husband decided to get divorced from her. Shock.
Now, according to the Houston Chronicle, the woman he was on a date with says all of this happened so fast that when she turned to warn McMullen to get out of the way, he was already gone.
That is genuinely spooky. I swear, that is scary.
She remembers feeling something brush up against her hip. That's it. The 33-year-old lover of music was pronounced dead on scene.
Honestly, I think she deserved life in prison. I mean, she killed a man. She killed her baby. She could have killed this woman. I mean, good God, she could have killed herself. She could have killed a whole bunch of people if there were other people on the sidewalk. Why is she only getting 11 years in prison? Oh, wait. Oh, look at her. She comes from a wealthy background. You know, she fits a specific type of demographic. I mean, let's be honest here. I don't need to get into the nitty gritty of why she only got 11 years in prison while people are doing life in prison for way less in this country right now.
The driver of that Porsche, of course, was Kristina Chambers. She was arrested an hour after the crash, and the Chronicle reports that medical records show that her blood alcohol level was about 4 times the legal limit, even an hour after all of this happened. Prosecutors also say they searched the Porsche and they found little baggies of cocaine in the vehicle. Kristina would test positive for cocaine, but claimed it was not from that night, but from using it a few nights prior. Chambers was arrested and charged with manslaughter. She was granted a $50,000 bond a week after her arrest, and she was free up until her trial. Now, days after her bond was set, her husband, the hedge fund manager, filed for divorce. Now, that divorce was finalized in February of 2024, but the two didn't separate, it seems, completely based off Chambers now being pregnant. I'll have more on that in a moment.
Wow, so the story, it gets even deeper. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end it there. Shout out to Law and Crime for that coverage. But yeah, I'm disgusted by this, and the fact that we live in a society full of narcissistic, shallow, immoral, depraved, sick individuals like this. Sorry for all the adjectives. It's just words can't describe how I feel about people like this, and they exist in society with no care for other people's lives. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below about the situation. What do you think about this? Also, if you have any other topics or stories you guys want me to talk about, cover, or react to, you already know what to do. Hit me in the DMs on Instagram. And yeah, I'll be sure to catch all of you in the next one. Peace.